Hey everybody, it's Sia with Black Petal Gardening, and I just got off of work, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a wet day today. So with the fact that we're supposed to have rain basically all week, I figured I need to get out and harvest the last of the ripe tomatoes. There's not going to be very many in comparison to previous, because the only thing that we have left tomato wise in the garden are the dwarf tomatoes. Not all of them are ripe as well, but if they've got any kind of blush, then I'm gonna harvest them, because I don't want what has happened to this one to happen. As you can see here, it's split. And I'm pretty sure that that is because it's gotten waterlogged. So, go ahead, and anything that is ripe is going to get plucked. Wow, look at that one. That's a pretty good size. And this one is split significantly, so we are not keeping that. But, well, okay, I'm going to have to go pick that up. Ones that are not ripe at all show no amount of blushing, I am not going to harvest either. And those ones will just kind of have to hope for the best and see if they make it through this rainy period to a point where they can mature and be harvested a little bit later. And if not, you know what? We had a very productive tomato harvest and growing throughout the season, so I'm not going to be too sad. Now, this one that I just did was the Laura's Bounty, and we've got this one, which is the Wilpena. Not sure exactly how to say it. Looks quite nice. It does have one unripe one currently. Let's see. This one is one of the dwarf snake bite, and there's only one ripe one on here. Well, I shouldn't say ripe, one blushing one. And then we do have a very unripe one over here. This is that one's split, but you know what? I guess I'll keep it and we'll see what happens. This is the goldfinch. This is the one that gave me so much trouble just even trying to get it to germinate. Unfortunately, it looks like we have a decent amount of splitting on these. So I don't know if we'll get a chance to truly enjoy one. I mean, this is some pretty light blush on these, so they're gonna have to sit on the counter for a fair amount of time. I think the rest of these I'm going to, well, this one I'll grab. It's a little goobery, but yeah, the rest of those we'll have to let them sit. Okay. Make sure I don't put this on any of the plants that might still be alive in there. Okay, so then we've got, this is the Adelaide Festival. And though I'm not going to do it today, if after, plucking these suckers, oh, that one's a little bit weary, there aren't any more plants, though, look at this, even though we're, heading into October, Our tomatoes are still trying to put flowers out. But anyway, for any that don't have any tomato growth on them after we do this quick harvest, the next step will be to essentially pull the plants and then reconstitute the soil that they're in, and probably put them into one of the raised beds. Okay, this guy is another of the dwarf snakebite. Got a fair amount of these. I really kind of got a late start, and I mean, they did get started later than the traditional, I guess, the non-dwarf plants that we had that I started indoors. But I didn't think it was that significantly later. And I kind of have felt with the heat that we get in the summer and all that, that we would see them kind of catch up. I didn't experience that. So it's kind of interesting. Now this one is the Stony Brook Heart. You can see why. These I had a lot of trouble with the initial ones with the blossom end rot, but they're really cute. First of all, I do like how they look, the colors that they have, and I think next year I'll probably I missed that guy. That could have been in my hair. I'll probably have that be one of the dwarf varieties that we put into the raised bed. Now this is another Stony Brook. There is an unripe one there. I'm gonna leave it be. And this one is Russian Swirl. Oh, it's definitely got some splitting. Seems pretty fresh, the split. So this may just need to either be used today, maybe on a salad, or put somewhere to be frozen ASAP. But as I was saying, I think the Stony Brook is one that I want to include in the tomatoes that we're going to grow next year, because we are definitely paring back the number of varieties and the number of plants that we're going to do. I have learned my lesson. We are going to, and for anybody that has been with us through a few of our videos, this is a reiteration, but we are going to have a single raised bed that is just tomatoes. Whereas this past year we did tomatoes and we did peppers in the same bed, and we crammed like 12, 13, 14 tomato plants in the space, and it definitely was too much. So my idea is to use the entire bed, so we'd have a good, not quite half, maybe 3/4 of a side open that we didn't have before for this particular year. We'll have for next year, and maybe we'll do a total of 10, 12 at the absolute most. I'm feeling like that in and of itself is too many. I'm thinking 10 may need to be our absolute limit. So 5 on each side, maybe even just 4 on each side, so we get the 8. We'll have to see, because I do want to do the Annan Noirs again, and I think I want to do the Black Beauty again. Either that or Purple Cherokee. We didn't do purple Cherokee this year, but I did it last year and I really like that one. And then we'll also do our San Marzanos. We'll probably want to do a couple of those, and the Juliets, and that will be our only cherry slash grape, you know, tomato that has a bit of a rangy, you know, footprint. So if we look at that, that'd be 5 right there. Then the Stony Brook heart I want to do again, and I really like this Russian swirl. Both the color and the taste of it I really enjoyed. So that puts us at 7. Um, we'll have to think about some of these others. The Wilpenna seemed okay. I don't know if we want to do the Beauty King. The Adelaide Festival seemed pretty nice as well. So we could get away with doing one of each of those and seeing how they do in an actual full raised bed rather than in a container. And that could fill out our space with room for, you know, one extra, maybe a beef steak or something that we pick up from, yeah, as a start in the late spring. We'll have to see, but definitely I want to kind of see the ones that I did enjoy, how they do in a raised bed with more room, you know, more nutrients and things like that. And here we have this. This is also the Stony Brook. It's got flowers. I don't know what it's thinking. It is definitely getting cool, and we can see with the, oops, sorry, spider, with the leaves turning yellow. I have not done any kind of fertilizing on these for basically ages, just because the seasons have changed, and I'm not babying them any longer. We do still have, it looks like, some here in the Greenstalk. When that'll need to ripen, and you know, for what it is, I think this one did pretty well. This was the Hannah's Prize, and it's a dwarf, and it did pretty well for being in the Greenstalk, and only having a limited amount of space as far as the soil is concerned. And then we had another one in the Greenstalk. And this one was just called a patio tomato. It didn't have any like specific name, and it was actually more prolific than the Hannah's Prize. And so I think they, you know, it's kind of feels kind of cherryish, but they're definitely bigger than the typical cherry. So something like this I would do again in the Greenstalk as well. So yeah. Oop, there's one more. I'm gonna leave the rest of these on here to hopefully ripen. We'll see how it goes since it is wet and cold. But I think that is it for, at least for right now, the tomatoes that we still have in the garden. I'm not too shabby really, and I'll be honest, we'll probably keep a couple of these once they do get to a riper stage and use them, but the rest will probably go in the freezer with all of the others for when we want to go and make some tomato sauce in the winter. All right, well, thank you for joining me. I wanted to make this a little bit of a quick video. I don't know that I actually achieved that, but I do want to thank you. If this is the first time that you're seeing our channel, welcome. And of course, if you've been here before, welcome back. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon or evening, or really whenever you're happening to watch this. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.